Hello, thank you for tuning in to this telecast. My name is Dejiola Iya, and this is the Diaspora panel. I've got with me Mr. Olaitan Adedigba, who is based in United States of America. Mr. Adedigba, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Yeah, it's my pleasure being here this afternoon.
I also have Mr. Olalawal, who is based in Calgary, in Canada. Mr. Lawal, please unmute yourself. Welcome to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to say a big thank you to all our new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you are one of our viewers and you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. It is free of charge. It means that anytime we do a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. So without wasting your time, today we are going to be talking about Kashim Shetima, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In the last 1 week thereabout, there's been a lot of politicking going on in the APC and in the political firmament of Nigeria. And there seems to be rumpus in the APC. About 2 weeks ago, the APC Northeast went to the Northeast to endorse the president for another term in 2027. And when they did this endorsement, Kashim Shetima was left out. Only the president was endorsed. And that kept people wondering, is that something going on? Why is the vice president not endorsed? Blah, blah, blah. And just yesterday, the chairman of the party, Umaru Ganduje, who was the one who organized the meeting in the Northeast, has resigned from his post, paving way that something is going on in the APC. And a lot of people are saying that it's most likely that Kashim Shetima may not be on the same ticket in 2027 with the president. Although after the Northeast meeting, the president has met with the vice president to assure him that indeed they're going to run on the same ticket. But that's a promise. It's not a done deal. And we know that the president, by antecedent, when he was Lagos State governor, for 8 years, he had about 3 different deputies. So we know that it's not somebody who takes things lightly. So I'm going to pose this question to you first, Olaita. What is the sin of Kashim Shetima, a very brilliant, soft-spoken, intelligent person, a resource person, somebody who is educated to hell, who knows what he's doing, what has he done wrong? Laito.
Yeah, there are so many things, so many variables responsible for thinking about dropping Senator Shetima. First and foremost, let's begin with the issue of office sharing. Right. Remember that when chairman and the secretary were removed, APC chairman Omishori and this man, Senator, former governor in the North Central, I forgot his name now, the former chairman of APC that was removed. The two of them were removed. Remember that Senator Suraju was brought in as the secretary. Why? Instead of picking somebody from the North Central, they now went ahead to the Northwest to go and pick Alhaji Ganduje. So that is one of, and remember that Senator Tinubu will have don't have much in the North Central. So maybe he wants to he wants to make up for the for these people, for the election of the people in the North Central to win their heart. So maybe that is why he's picking somebody from, he wants to drop somebody from the Northwest. So as a result, one, that is one of the factors. Two, everybody has been saying that during the introduction of VAT tax system in Nigeria, we are in all over the world, tax collection has been automated. Everywhere we collect tax for the for development of a country. But in the case of the APC government, when Tinubu was meeting it, people were falling over themselves to make sure that it succeed among the legislators, the Congress people. Senator Shetim Kashima, one would have expected him to be the leader, to be the leading role, to play a leading role in that aspect, to be moving from to the more especially you came from the north. You should have been going now from one place to another. No, this thing is genuine. This is not how to against the northern interest. But he just kept silent. It means a lot. Not only that, the governor of his own state was the leading member, leading factor in saying that no, it's against the northern interest, it only favored Lagos and Rivers State. So these are the areas for somebody. If you want to follow somebody, you have to follow him or her wholeheartedly. There is no half big loyalty. This is your president, you are the vice president. You should all go out. Instead of that, I now saw some people who are outside the government, now championing tax system. People like Dogara, championing why when you, the vice president, who is supposed to be championing it, to be going from one governor in the northern state to another. Even your own governor, the governor that came after you, was opposite. So these are the things. And not only that, we remember Kabiru Sokoto. He was found, right? Kabiru Sokoto was found in his official quarters. He was caught, right? Kabiru Sokoto was one of the Boko Haram guys. So who were busy bombing Abuja then. So a lot of factors, right, that contributed to the albatross of Shetima to be removed.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, Shukwa, let me come to you. So if Tinubu has proposed a tax bill and is sending it into the public space and is sending it into this to the legislature, so that they could approve of it, I would have thought that as a president, if you are sending something like that out, you should have discussed with your vice president. It should have been something in-house. You should have known that the vice president should have discussed this with you. If he had any reservation, he will have expressed his reservation. You'll have been able to convince him to tell him this is why I'm doing this. This is not against the North. It's for the benefit of the whole Nigeria. But it looks like Shetima saw this possibly as something that is against the North, and he didn't want to be seen as a traitor in the North. So he kind of didn't buy into it. So is this a sin, Chupa, for you to be your own man and say, I don't agree with this? Is that a sin?
Well, definitely not. But what one would have expected will have been, for the vice president to actually come out with specific amendments that could be made into the bill that will make him, that will bring him pretty much on if it's a scenario where he's not in full agreement with majority of what's in there, and that would obviously make it easy for him, to then go out and sell the bill. Because I think to Mr. Olaiton's point, that's actually one of the main jobs of the vice president, to take all of these policies, go particularly in the north, and sell this policy to northerners to let them see why this is a good bill for them. That didn't happen. That did not only happen. The governor of Borno State, who many see as Shetima's protege, now came out, lambasting, the policy, saying it didn't favor the North, as if only, Nigeria is all about the North. So I think those are things that there's a way to voice your opposition and then contribute your own amendments into the bill and put your stamp on it, to give you that latitude to then be able to go out, and sell it. And that obviously didn't happen. So, and there are many reasons for that. It could be one, the bill is just a fundamental difference between him and the president. You would expect that if that's the scenario, that if that's the actual scenario, what most people would do would be to table their resignation. That didn't happen. So I don't think it is a sin. Actually, I think being your own man and bringing your own potential policy amendments to the table is actually what governance is all about. So that by the time the whole bill comes out, with amendments from the vice president, with amendments from other interest groups, we would have a bill that is more inclusive and that gives something to every region of the country.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like that, you mentioned something, very specific, when you talked about Kabiru, Shokoto, and the Boko Haram. I know that this has been happening, we've had this before 2023. The president apparently know about this. So are we still saying that in 2025, are we still having the opinion that the Vice President Kashim Shetima is somehow connected to Boko Haram? Is he connected to Boko Haram in any way?
A lot, I don't. It's all shielded with secrecy. The issue of this Boko Haram, a lot of them. Who are the people behind this Boko Haram? What is their need? What is their want? What do they? What do they stand for? A lot of. Can you tell? Are you telling me that the Agag-looking people who are kidnapping, who are killing, who are doing all this stuff, right? They don't have anybody at the back of their supporting them. These are the Mr. Olawuni, I mean, maybe General Olawuni or so. This is what he said, that the Northerners, they have intention. But what baffles me is, since all these days, right, they said they wanted Nigeria, they wanted to rule Nigeria, but they've been there for 8 years, and it never subsided. They were another Northerner is now a vice president. I think they should find a way, but I don't know. I don't know their intention. I don't know. A lot of generals, they are benefiting from it. A lot of people, a lot of politicians, they are benefiting from it, right? So that we don't know. I don't even trust anybody. For general, you don't know who is who, except this guy that raised a germane question. He said their intention is to rule Nigeria, to introduce Islam. The late deputy governor of Central Bank, Obadiah. I forgot. Maybe
Yeah. Is it
Obadiah
Malafia or
also.
something? Yeah.
Melafia Obadiah was, yes. That is so. All these people, they are. It's not. They are out to make sure that they go to the agenda, and the agenda is to rule, to introduce Islam in Nigeria, right?
Right.
So I don't know
Okay.
how Islam is going to benefit everybody in Nigeria when we have multicultural, multi-religion society in Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lighton. Thank you, Lighton. So, Shukwa, I'm going to come after you next. Now, we have a country that is structured geopolitically. We have 6 geopolitical zones. The president from the southwest. Across, we have the northeast. The first president comes from the northeast. You know what I mean? Now, the Senate president from the south. You go across, you see the northwest, which is where the Speaker of the House comes from. So there's a lot of permutation and combination going on. So now the president needs to have majority vote in at least 4 out of the 6 zones. It needs 24 states. So if you are now doing away with Kashim Shetima from Northeast, the Northeast has 6 states. Are you alienating those 6 states? Who are you going? Where is the vice president going to come from? Is it going to come from the Northwest? Is it going to come from the North? So in that kind of scenario, if Tinubu says, okay, I don't want Shetima with me in 2027, where do you think the vice president will come from? Who do you, in your mind, I want you to look at your crystal ball. Who will be in your mind?
Yeah, so it's a bit difficult at this moment to say exactly where it's going to land, but I think we will have some hints, and one hint will be where in which zone the chairman of the APC, that's Gandrige's replacement, eventually comes from, because that will give us an idea how they are trying to politically restructure all of these appointments. So as you said, the vice president is currently from the Northeast. Ganduje is from the Northwest. So if Ganduje steps down and is replaced by another party operative from the Northwest, then it's likely that things are going to stay status quo. If Shetima is not going to be Tinubu's replacement come 2027, it may be somebody else from the Northeast. Quite honestly, I don't see who in the Northeast, is going to replace Shetima. I think that will, kind of stand out. One person that I see that potentially could, maybe who's vocal, and I believe is relatively, well respected. He's not an APC party member. He's a PDP. Will be Governor Bala Mohammed. Whether he will come into the APC, whether he wouldn't, I think the jury is still out on that. But for now, the speaker is not an appointment that you can just move around. So let's wait until Tinubu chooses Ganduge's replacement. Whatever region that person comes from will give us an indication where things are going to stand. However, there are other rumors also that Ganduge's going out is in some shape or fashion paving the way for Rabiu Kwankwaso to come. Now, is Kwankwaso going to come as party chairman? And his first mandate will be in the next election to deliver Kano in waiting for 2027 when power goes back to the north. We don't know, but that's a possibility. Or could it be that, somebody from, or it could be that, with Ganduje going down, I don't see this happening. It's a long shot. Shetima could actually be forced to resign and take over chairmanship of the APC. That's another possibility. But I think the jury is out on that as well. It's a much longer shot. We will have a much clearer picture once Ganduge's replacement is selected.
Thank you very much. So, there seems to be a lot of chess game going on. It's like a game of numbers, a game of permutations and combinations. So now, Shukwas just mentioned something that I want to ask you about before. We saw Ganduje resigned to allow Kwankwaso to come in through the front door. The feelings we are getting is that Kwankwaso had wanted to come into APC for a long time, but because of the feud between him and Ganduje, that was a stumbling block. Ganduje seems to be blocking his entry. So at some point, the president must have thought, listen, I need the 2 million votes from Kano. There's 2 million votes there. I need that vote en bloc. So if you have to step aside for Kwankwaso to come in so I can get those 2 million votes, I want those 2 million votes, and I don't want Kwankwaso to go and join Atiku's coalition. Because if you have Atiku coalition, Atiku, Peter Obi, joined by Kwankwaso, that's a finished game. But if the president can break them into pieces, Atiku and Obi on one side, Tinubu and Kwankwaso one side, it's a balanced equation, and then whoever can grab all the other votes from different regions will be able to win. And Tinubu wants to lock Kano, lock River State, lock Lagos State. That's 9 million votes. 2 million from from Kano, another 2 million from Rivers, about 5 million votes may be coming from Lagos. We're talking about 9 million votes. So if you can lock those three states, lock them, lock their finances. I mean, if you look into PDP, it is a Wike that used to fund APC, to fund PDP. Wike is now, that's stopped now. The other person who is funding PDP is Atiku. Atiku is out in the coalition. So PDP for you is gone. So the question I want to ask you is, so if Kwankwaso is now coming into APC, a lot of people have been saying maybe Kwankwaso is going to run with Tinubu 2027. Do you think that Tinubu should trust Kwankwaso in 2022 to make him a vice president in 2027?
No, I don't believe Tinubu will be so low to make Kwakaso as a vice president. No, considering the fact that people they've started together at the same time, though Kwakaso left APC too, but notwithstanding, Tinubu will not impose Kwakaso on others because he wants 2 million votes from Kano State. No, he won't do that. He just wants Kwakaso to be in his circle, in his caucus. So once he's there, the votes of the red caps, the votes of the youth, I mean, will be his. And not only that, remember that the way they replay this, the North Central, they are agitating for that they are left out, no doubt. You only in the Senate. I mean, the president, the vice president, the Senate president, the House of Representative Speaker. No, they are not. None of them are. None of them are from North Central. So just to balance it, and the Christian, I mean Muslim Christian joint ticket will be better in 2027, considering the fact that okay, Christians they have their votes, right? They will route for it will route for their mandates. So that is why Tinubu is doing the permutation. Let's just wait and see. But I'm sure as a leader, it will not take such a risk to remove Shetima and bring in Kwakwaso as the vice president. No, it's not done like that.
Okay. Shukwa, finally, this is going to be your final question because we're out of time now. A lot of people have been saying that Muslim ticket of 2027 is a misnomer, and it's not going to repeat itself if Tinubu doesn't want to get into trouble. So, do you see Tinubu picking somebody from the North Central, especially the secretary to the government, who is very popular, Senator George Akume, who seems to be very, very capable and very, very popular? Do you think this is a project in Tinubu's mind?
Very well, Sue. And I'm glad you actually pointed, you pointed to that. A very good replica of that is the recent appointment of the replacement for the NMPC chairman. I'm trying to remember his name now. Mele Kyari. His replacement was, I believe, he's a man by the name of Bayo Dulari from Kwara State, North Central, whose appointment, drew a lot of criticism that he was not northern enough and all that. But he's from North Central. And I think from all indices, it seems that, Bayo Dulari is, doing a really good job, reorganizing and restructuring the NNPC. That may as well happen with, there is definitely evidence of the Muslim fatigue. I think people were unhappy about it. I know they tried to sell it and spin it during the elections that, it's not the religion that matters, it is the competencies. But anyone who has looked at the administration over the last 2 years would see that Shetima has not really performed. He has not really pulled his weight. he has not measured up to expectations. And for Northerners, if you are looking at Shetima as vice president, you would think, okay, at least if you cannot do anything else, you would expect the security situation in the north to improve. That's not happening either. So at the end of the day, it will come to a time when people will choose competency over, its over tribe,
anything
if I can
else?
kind of put it, yeah, in that way. And George Akume, I think, he fits that model. Whether Tinubu is going to be able to garner support generally across the party would be another thing, because that would mean very, very largely, unless the chairmanship of the party goes to either the northwest or the northeast, then it means one of those northern regions is pretty much going to be shut out, of having any representation, at those top echelon of both the party and the federal government. So I think it is a possibility, and I also think what will make it a good possibility is the fact that if Tinubu is looking at who does he want to hand over to, it's a much easier campaign when you have a vice president who has been part of the administration and who has shown and demonstrated that they have the capacity to step in, become the party's presidential flag bearer in the next election, than just somebody who's coming from anywhere.
Thank you very much. Lighter, do you have anything you want to add so that we just close quickly?
Yeah, I just want to add that whatever we do, whatever we say, we should consider the national interest above the sectional interest. That is against the North. Because it's against the North, I will not participate. I will not. That is what is killing Nigeria. I see no reason why the vice president. I mean, the vice president should not be the forefront of leading the argument for tax bill in Nigeria. Why in the same government you just kept quiet, you just kept silent, and the governors they were rebelling against the tax. They were saying again, the senators they are doing that, the emir they are doing that. He should have gone there to go and meet all those people, to make sure that, placate them, tell them the effect of it. We just need to be self-sustainable in Nigeria. Whatever money we get, whatever money is going to be shared. I mean, they should tell them the sharing formula, right? And not only that, it will enable us to be self-sustainable, and whatever we can be able to look inward and produce whatever we want in our states. So that would have been a plus for him, rather than going quoting sectional interest. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So I think, in my opinion, I think the saying of Kashim Shetima is, number one, he is naive. He doesn't know the meaning of a vice president. As a vice president, you are the microphone of the president. Whatever the president says, you say it loud and louder. You are just a microphone for him, not to have your own mind. You are an extra tire. Number two is that he did not study Tinubu. He did not know who Tinubu is. If he knew who Tinubu is, he would not have crossed Tinubu. But what he has done, he let himself down so terribly by his own state governor coming now to attack the tax system. For Tinubu, that is the last straw, for him. So on that note, we're going to have to put this to close. I want to say a big, mighty thank you to Mr. Olatunde all the way from America. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting.
Thanks for having me. Thanks very much.
And Mr. Olalawal, all the way from Calgary, thank you so much for a wonderful contribution.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
To all our viewers again, please, if you have not yet subscribed, please hit that button now. It is free of charge. It means when we do the next video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. So thank you so much for looking at this telecast. God bless you. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.